Hello and welcome to Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. So, hey, Loka, how much do you know about the Mystical Ninja series?
There's a Mystical Ninja series? And it's starring Goemon?
Indeed there is, and I know slightly more than you, in that I know this game. I've seen it a lot, and I love it. However, there's a whole series. It is Mystical Ninja stateside. In Japan, the series is referred to as Ganbare Goemon. There are a lot of games. The US only received a handful of them. Goemon in this series is very, very, very loosely based off Ishikawa Goemon, the famous thief.
Yes, despite being a famous thief, he is mostly well known for an assassination attempt, attempting to kill Toyotomi Hideyoshi. I think he was Hashiba Hideyoshi at the time. Hideyoshi was the second of Japan's unifiers, following Nobunaga, preceding Tokugawa. He was the one that actually unified Japan, but it wasn't until the Tokugawa family took over and had a peaceful succession that it was really, truly unified. The reasons that Goemon decided to kill Hideyoshi are not well known. This is one of those problems where there are too many plausible reasons, because Hideyoshi was a motherfucker and a real piece of shit. Like, we just have to come up with a reason why somebody would want to kill him. Well, maybe Goemon knew a single Christian person. Maybe Goemon...
Just look at him.
Maybe Goemon had daughters that Hideyoshi was creepy towards. Maybe Goemon came from a family that got swept away during the Nobunaga-Hideyoshi rise to power. There are 1,000 reasons for why somebody would want to kill Hideyoshi. And the other famous thing about him is the way that he was executed. He was boiled alive.
And there's a bathtub named after him now.
Yes, while he was being boiled alive, his entire family was sentenced to execution, because again, Hideyoshi was a piece of shit. Goemon held his son, whose age is always, really kept ambiguous. I got no idea how old this kid is supposed to be. Started by holding him above the boiling water to save his life, and then once he realized that wasn't going to work out, plunged him underwater to give him as quick a death as possible. So you said they turned this into a really cute kids game?
Oh yeah, they did. This might surprise you, but the series doesn't have much, if anything, to do with any of that. That is definitely not how the series ends, nor is it anything that happens in it. Originally, I think Goemon was apparently a thief in the earlier games, and that didn't really last all that long. But there were a bunch of games, a couple of OVAs, a short anime series, and manga.
Is there a pachinko machine?
Oh buddy, this is a Konami series, so you better believe there is only one fate for the Goemon series, and it's not more video games. It's patchy slots, baby.
If you lose at the patchy slot, it does show a video of Goemon being boiled alive.
You would think that would be illegal, but no, they can get away with that.
Pull the lever, and instead of dropping the ball, it just drops Goemon into the boiling water.
There was also an early 2000s attempt at redesigns for the characters. That's another one of the games that never came stateside, but looking at it, I feel like it's not a problem that we missed it. But we don't have to worry about that. This is Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. If not the best N64 game of all time, then the most N64 game of all time. So, a lot of people rag on the early 3D consoles, because early 3D models weren't the best. However, you could still do good things with 3D models. For example, you can have an anime intro.
One thing that people don't realize is that early 3D models look better on CRTs, because they were taking advantage of the fuzziness.
I do love this song. You can see just how big the sky really is. It is just sheer poetry. It is the kind of parody that just plays it so straight that you definitely think, okay, this has to be a joke. There is more than one dream.
So in the English version, they had to change that Ganbare part to Mystical Ninja, right?
It just doesn't flow well at all. Actually, if there was an English version of this, it would probably just be a rap instead.
Oh god, shut up.
I'm right, but yes, I will.
I wish this had a Pizza Cat style dub. Just went all in and making it stupid.
Well, I can't say for sure, like how close the translation is, but it's certainly a unique translation. It is simultaneously, like, does not localize it in the slightest, but also definitely localizes it. So, the Goemon series, of course, takes place in feudal Japan, and it will definitely always be feudal Japan. Everything will be exactly as it would be in that period.
Mm-hmm.
And here are our heroes.
I didn't name the era specifically, but I did mention Hideyoshi and Nobunaga, so this is Sengoku era.
Mm.
I think mid to late 1400s. I always forget what years it actually was.
Why, you've taken all your clothes off. You worry me. Anyway, enough of that. The store will have to wait until later. There's a giant peach in the sky. Is that good?
I don't know, I don't actually know how the Momotaro story goes. Oh no, Oedo Castle! I know where that is.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Alright, so, here are our villains. In a very dark room. That flashing's probably not great. Do I need to throw up a warning for this? I think I do.
Better safe than sorry. It's also just not pleasant to look at.
Also, Mystery Woman does the oh-ho-ho laugh. I mean, could not be a proper game if she didn't. Yep, peaceful day. And they're in Smash Brothers now.
They love the laughter, they love the...
I thought we were killed by a beam, but this is ridiculous.
Oh, it's a colonizer beam.
Oh no.
It changes it to European style.
This is the worst Peach. I like how he words it as the Lord's Place again. I'm sure this happened in previous games in the series or something similar to it, but you know, even if this is your first game, I feel it's fine that they just go, ah geez, the castle's been attacked again. Like it is every week.
I saw you try to cover for the localizers in their typo. It must be really nightmare for them.
Alright, so we're now playing the game. Got a whole lot of things we can do. We can run around. If we can jump, that's A, that's obvious enough. We got our weapon, that's with the B button. We can change with the C stick left. Goemon can also throw money. Maybe don't do that a lot. C right is the town map. C down is change characters. And I believe I'm about to show the trigger, right? Oh yes, so in this game you can crawl. Check this out! The move!
It took until Metal Gear Solid 4 for them to figure out how to do this.
Goemon got it early. Ebisumaru also has a very good crawl. Nobody will crawl normal. Are you okay, Ebisumaru?
Don't mind me, just fuck you to Ghost.
Ebisumaru has a hammer that he attacks with, which you can actually just press multiple times in a row and he'll do a good couple of swings. Goemon, in addition to being able to throw money, also has the kiseru, which is a tobacco pipe. I will just refer to it as a pipe from now on, because that's easier for me.
So do you think they left it as kiseru so they wouldn't have to, censor it?
I think it is called the pipe mostly in this game, but, I just figured I'd style by, mentioning the actual word.
This girl okay? She's, shaking a lot.
NPCs just do that when you talk to them, it's fine. Anyway, speaking of NPCs are just about the best part of this game. I love being in town and talking to people. All of this dialogue is the best.
I probably wouldn't have liked this game as a kid then, because I never read NPC dialogue, and then I didn't know what to do, and I get mad. Even though it's my own damn fault.
Yeah, that would be a shame to miss out on NPCs. Anyway, nobody in this apartment, as the guy over there said. There used to be somebody living here, but then he moved up the mountain. And, wait, didn't we see you before? Wait a minute, as I said, nobody lives next door. Wait a minute, wait, no, I'm positive, wait, what? No, but really, when I was recording this, I got so fucking confused. That is definitely a different house, and that is a different NPC than the other guy who tells you about Mokube.
I like that you pulled the map up to, double check, I swear I went in the right direction.
That is a joke that I don't understand at all. Like I said, sometimes the localization just isn't, and you know what? I'm fine with that. Also, you can talk to this guy, and he does mention, my cousin lives 2 houses down, so if you hear the same thing, don't be surprised. Oh, God. Years before LPs were a thing, this game was ready for me.
One thing that, in hindsight, I really like about the Nintendo 64 is that a lot of the 3D games look very similar, but in, a charming way. This looks like a combination of Super Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time to me. But not, derivative of those games. It just reminds me of them.
Ueno Castle's hit my mysterious beam, turning it into a European castle. If that beam hit me, would it turn me into a model EU citizen? Ah, fuck. We can't let that peach keep going. EUification is not allowed to be a thing. We can't let it be.
Does Japan participate in Eurovision? I feel like
probably not.
Eurovision has just become every country except the US. They don't give a shit anymore.
They can't name it the Fuck You US event, so it stays Eurovision. Alright, in this world, there are fortune dolls that bring you good fortune. Those are basically the heart pieces of the game. You get 4 of those, and you get a new heart. And if you find a golden fortune doll, that is just the full heart container. Also, here's a dog. Arf arf, help me! This dog's afraid of the UFO.
Arf arf, help me! They've kidnapped me or forced me to localize Mystical Ninja Goemon.
Alright, so, you can't read that shop. I was trying to check right there, but no. The jump button is the read button, so that's why I was jumping in front of it. So, the inn, of course, if you spend the night you can heal, but you can also save your game in the adventure diary.
Is that his mustache, his teeth, or an eye?
I mean, teeth, but now I'm just seeing an eye and I hate it.
Yeah, I guess he's doing a permanent smile. I thought maybe he just had like a really white goatee.
His facial hair is aged, the rest of him is doing fine. Here is the general store. We could buy some stuff.
Ah, yes, sombrero.
Yep, that's it. That's a sombrero.
Definitely what that is. I mean, for what it's worth, if they just localized it as hat, I probably would have been fine, but I understand why they call it sombrero. It looks closer to that than what I would just call a hat.
And then here's another store we can go to. Couldn't just talk to this guy, gotta go over here to just get him to activate. So we could buy some rice balls. This, of course, is healing, but we don't need healing. We're full up on hearts. I mean, sure, those are phantom hearts down there, but we don't have those yet. Those are the hearts we could have if we weren't playing.
And if you leave a comment in the YouTube comment section talking about jelly donuts, we will delete your comment. It's been 20 years, get over it.
Alright, and here is more food. There is just so much food. You really don't need any of it, however, I do appreciate that there's just so much food available, just for the sake of having it.
What is this, Yakuza?
Just... yeah, you could just have Goemon going around eating things. You don't need to. This game is pretty lenient with enemy drops, so you probably aren't going to die. Like, it's a shame that it's so hard to get a game over in this game because the game over is amazing. But yeah, you get so many hearts, you get so many drops, and yeah, we have lives, but that's rarely going to be an issue. I think the only thing that out-and-out kills you is getting crushed. Like, falling off a cliff is just like the Zelda style. You appear back at the beginning of the room with some missing life. I've come to see Omitsu. So, Omitsu is the beauty of the town, and also kind of, sort of, Goemon's girlfriend?
Oh, one of those.
This game never really mentions it. That wasn't a saucer, that was a peach. And it didn't have a dish, either. Omitsu's like one of the only unique female models in this game. It's magic! Never believe it's not so. You doing alright, dude? I am. Oh, you better believe I do that. That is important for you to complete this game.
So is there a rivalry between fans of this game and fans of Brave Fence of Musashi? Musashi, excuse me.
Not as far as I know. Also, dang, this guy is just booking it across the map.
Because they seem to have very similar aesthetics and completely different gameplay styles. Oh, look at them go.
To be fair, Goemon the series has a lot of different gameplay styles in of itself. Some of them are more basic platformers, this one is very Zelda-esque. I mean, it's probably a coincidence. Yep, should have taped it on a video camera. Why didn't you do that, you fool?
God damn it, stop jumping on my back!
I can't help it. You're hunched over so much I could almost get on there. Oh, okay. You have fun with your, atomic stick then, I guess.
A atomic stick literally 500 years before we discover radiation. I think it's closer to like 300 years.
This kid's, By the way, I have no job. You know what I was gonna complain about? You romanticizing ye old cops, but you know what? I do like the follow-up of just, by the way, I have no job.
See, like, the thing is, canonically, Goemon should hate that because he's literally a criminal.
Mm-hmm. I can feel my blood rushing. Oh, okay, you're from Fire Emblem, aren't you? I love this character model. Oh, this is great. Hack!
Why did he say that?
By the way, here's the thief everybody's been talking about. He stole 50 Rio. Couldn't quite get all of it back even after hitting him, though. Oh, and I missed one. Whoops. Oh well.
Hey, cop, thanks for helping, you jackass.
Oh no, Robo-Officer. You don't really understand, like, your whole point, do you? You just vastly misunderstand what the point of Robo-Officer even was.
That poor director, every single one of his movies has had that happen to it.
No, it's supposed to be bad that he is RoboCop. It's a bad thing. Anyway, unfortunately this man is very helpful if you need to find your way around town. Alright, that'll lead you to the fortune teller, and then we'll find Kai Highway. You know, the Kai Way.
The Kai Highway used to be a lot longer, but they've shortened it a lot recently.
So anyway, I thought this was a new NPC, but you know what? I'm glad I talked to this guy a second time. And here we are back where we started. So, we've made a good loop around town. There's still more to explore, but I'm thinking we should first escape this thief. Get out of here, you. Goemon looks so angry when he attacks. But anyway, there's a little more to explore, but we're gonna get on down to the Kai Highway. But first we have this stuff. Oh man, this old man's gonna climb Mount Fuji. You do that. Oh, that sounds like great advice. With the plasma power. Ah, I see, it's Mega Man.
Excuse me?
It's Ruby Spears Mega Man. Or maybe it's not. It's actually somebody completely different. Let's just stroll on in. Here's the fortune teller.
What? So is this a character that was in earlier games and has been slowly escalating, or is this just how they started?
You know, I feel like looking that up will be a future me problem. She can deal with this.
Because, like, you know, sometimes you come in halfway through something and you're like, why is this character so absurdly over the top? And then you go back to the earlier ones and it's like, oh, they used to be a lot, like, more normal, and then they've just been making them crazier for jokes.
Ah, it's Chuppy. Ah, dang, Chuppy's so relatable.
I love low poly animals.
He is such a good dog. Alright, so here's our first action area, Kai Highway.
Oh my god.
So I've got these robot dolls which kind of just walk towards you. We got the flying heads, they fly towards you. These ones are pretty basic, you just gotta hit them when they get towards you. So unfortunately this map isn't the most accurate. It's very bare bones. And only shows the waterways, but that bridge is the only way to get to that side of the map. At one point I will try to cross over a mountain before realizing, oh wait, there's no path here. The map does not show me that. So yeah, you can just go around beating on guys for a bit, but I don't need to. There is a coffee shop here, though. So yeah, here is a lady who explains that these are mechanical robots. They're just here now.
Yeah, I legitimately thought the dolls were like NPCs. Because the humans look just as cartoony in this game.
Mm-hmm. Ah yes, the dancer called Impact. Oh, you know, we should know Impact. He's been in so many movies. He's a model of the American dream. We all know him.
Hold on.
Yes, I really want this map. I like the way you said that. The enthusiasm. I like people like you. Here, you can have it, no charge. We got a map of Japan. Alright, so we haven't pressed the start button yet, so let's see what that's about. Normally when you press the start button, you just get this status screen. But if you press Z, you can just look at Japan. Yep, here it is, Japan. So let's see, we started to the right there, and now we're here. In Kai Highway, right next to Mount Fuji. Man, we travel a lot of distance from that gate.
So how does this game feel to control, like, for the combat?
It's like a touch clunky, but it's not terrible. Sometimes depth perception can be kind of a problem, but I got used to it easily enough. If you're having trouble at the moment, you can either use the money throw attack that Goemon has, that's a ranged shot, but of course that does consume money, and you will eventually need money, so don't use that too much. I also feel like Ebisumaru flails around a bit better than Goemon does. Goemon can also do that, but, you know, at the moment I feel like there is a reason to use Ebisumaru. And that right there is the healing item. Sometimes enemies will just drop dumplings. So like I said, that happens fairly frequently, so you should never really have trouble with hearts that much. That enemy has projectiles, they'll just shoot ball bearings out of that box, and that guy just rushed me, how dare you. So let's see, over here, there's a whole lot of open space, but we're also going to have a particular item. You can see the ears right there. It's, oh, if I could get up this hill, it's our first silver fortune doll. Goemon's mad about this too.
Oh, this is one of those games that refers to health as strength, isn't it?
Yep. You gotta have a strong heart.
Like, it makes sense, but it's always weird to me, because I feel like in video games it's important to keep health and strength separate.
Yeah, like, naturally it's not a problem in this game, but strength stats can be a thing. You might have gone into this and got that fortune doll and been like, oh, is there attack power in this game? No, not really. The biggest mountain, Mount Fuji.
Fuck you, Everest.
I mean, not entirely, but okay. So yes, in this first episode, we have to climb, apparently the biggest, I was not informed of that, Mount Fuji.
Well, they didn't say tallest, they said biggest.
It is, according to Google, 12,388 feet tall. Prominence, 12,388 feet. I guess that means wide?
I don't know.
Either way.
I don't know how mountains are described.
I've never fucking seen a mountain. What are you talking about? They're fake, all of them. So yes, Kai Highway was there to get you to stretch your legs, but this, right here, is our first real platforming section. You gotta climb Mount Fuji, also rocks will fall on you. I mean, Mount Fuji is the biggest, so it stands to reason it's just shedding rocks all the time. Also got these scarecrows who also shoot ball bearings. And now we have a relatively tricky platforming section. So you asked about how the combat controls, and that's fine. Let's talk about the camera controls, or lack thereof.
Yeah.
The camera will sort of just, like, try to rearrange itself to be behind Goemon when you stand still for a second, but there's no, like, active way to change the camera because this is the N64. Yep.
Even Mario 64 had camera controls.
Yeah, you can't recenter in this game because all of the
fuck?
buttons that could be used for recentering are used for something else. I mean, to be fair, it's a very powerful crawl. Also, good save there past me. Nice job. But, you know, camera controls would be nice. Also, I do not know how to deal with these slinkies. These very angry slinkies.
Ancient Japanese slinkies. So I played Mario 64 somewhat recently. I don't think the camera is as bad in that game as people think it is, but I think the reason so many people think the camera is bad is that you just control it in a way that we don't really control cameras anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you see the Mario cam and you think, like, okay, well, this is my first-person look-around thing. But there are actually a whole lot of places in the game where you're better off using that as you're moving around.
Yep.
But we don't do that anymore, so a lot of people just never think to do it.
Yeah, we just got right sticks now, it's fine. And here we are at Mount Fuji Summit.
The other thing I was going to say, it's like, it actually does feel like it aged poorly, because it was a thing that would have made more sense at the time, because nobody knew how to control a camera, they had to read the manual. But now people think they know, and they try and do it the old way with the C sticks, or the C buttons.
So here's Mokube, the guy we've been hearing about. I adore this animation and face. Alright, anyway, let's ask a very intimate question. It's impressed we made it this far. Do you have a good pipe? I make the pipes. They're good. Alright, so we got the chain pipe. So now Ebisumaru is a little bit pointless. Because Goemon actually has a way to... The pipe you have is so fashionable.
Oh, so girls like their pipes, I wonder why.
So yeah, Goemon has an actual world traversal move now. That's a golden dumpling. That can't be healthy, but it does heal you, so... Nothing back here. So, I'm gonna show off how not to use the pipe for a little while. Once we actually get to star blocks. So the chain pipe, of course, does have some range, but as you might have noticed, a little bit inaccurate in this game. A little bit. Kinda wish it, like, locked on enemies a little bit more, or, you know, there was a camera so you could aim better, but if you need a little bit of range, it can't help. And, oh god. Well, this game doesn't have fall damage, but hopefully you don't have vertigo, because, ooh, that did not look good to me, and I don't.
I actually don't remember the, like, Latin name for fear of heights. The phobia.
But anyway, yes, even still, even though, Goemon now has the chain pipe, let's take Ebisumaru for a spin for a bit. If you didn't see that, getting hit animation, go back, because it's great. The look on Ebisumaru's face is great.
I kind of wish you didn't fight people as Ebisumaru. Because he just looks like he's freaking the fuck out.
He's having a bad time.
Away!
Yeah, Ebisumaru has vague Luigi vibes, if he were shorter and blue instead.
If Luigi looked like Mario, but still acted like Luigi.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like games don't have stupid run cycles anymore.
Mm-hmm. The N64 was good for those, especially.
Every time I'm just gonna be screaming, just out of my way, out of my way!
Ebisumaru is a little bit obsolete, but you know what? It is great to watch him go. So, before we move on, there are actually a couple more Silver Fortune dolls we can get. And also, here's the police house. Missed some dialogue. What do you have to say, fucker? It is impossible to enter Oedo Castle. Except it is possible. You can do it if you want. So yeah, here's your other hint. We do need the chain pipe to get into the castle. As you probably gathered before we even got it.
For some reason, I don't trust cops to keep people out of government buildings anymore.
Alright, so let's see. Where is the door we haven't taken yet? Alright, so here we go. Let's go down here, because we can actually get a whole nother heart before we move on to the first dungeon of the game.
Whoa!
Well, wow! The automatic closing device has been activated. Guess we're really not needed here. But, you know, this is fine. We'll still stand here. Not just a pass, a super pass. Alright, so let's jump down here into the moat. The moat overall loops around the entire town, so if you want to, you can, you know, swim a loop around the town for a bit.
That seems way worse, though.
Yep, pretty much. Also, this is a great animation. It's a shame that Ebisumaru is probably my least favorite character to play as in this game, because, again, he animates great, although, admittedly, not the biggest fan of being able to see his eye situation over the top of his head. That's not a graphical glitch, that's just by design. That's called cartoons, baby. Also, I'd like to point out his mustache situation as well, or just hair situation? Replacing lip hair with head hair? Sure, whatever. You can't say that.
Da 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 da.
Dang, this is a nice bridge. Nice bridge. That's all I gotta say, that's what I'm here for. I'm the bridge admirer.
Ebisumaru just needs, like, Tiny Tim's ukulele following him around.
Alright, so here are the star blocks. So, as you can see, I definitely had to do a cut, because this is not how you use star blocks. Trying to position yourself so that you can, you know, just use it like that, it does not aim well in the slightest. However, there is a way you can aim properly, which I'll show off in the next episode, when I actually figured out how to do it. I mean, what?
Gotta love when games need exploits just to use basic mechanics.
It's not really an exploit so much as it's not the first thing I would think to do. Like, I would think I could just stand here and rope this block with my pipe, but... no, being on the ground is the worst way to aim this thing. Alright, so there's money over here I want to nab, because why not? If ever there is a place where you can get money before a screen transition, that's a good money grinding spot because it will just come back. It's good like that. So, we're heading up on Oedo Castle, but one last cool gameplay thing for the road. Inns are not the only place that you can save your game, because if that were the case, well, that would be kind of annoying because I'd have to head back to town and then save, and then come back here. But no, signs like this will actually give you a prompt to save, so that's pretty cool. Very convenient. But we have prepared for our trip into Oedo Castle as much as we can, so next time on Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, we'll figure out what the heck the situation is here. What is it? Who knows? It's just a European castle now. These things happen.